Hello everybody, how are we all doing today? Hope you're all having a fantastic day. So today we're going to go over cin and cout. Now we did some of that in the previous videos, correlating to the variable video, but I want to go a little more in depth, kind of do a little more with it and just practice it essentially. So I already showed you guys how we can make a variable and we can output that variable using cout, right? Like that. And then when we run this program, let's go ahead and put a return 0. When we go ahead and run the program, it'll output 3 as we see there. We also can use cin to, instead of hard coding this 3, maybe we don't know what the user wants, or it's not always going to be the same thing. So we can have the user give us a value, and then we can store that value in a variable to remember for later. Imagine like if we were asking the user what their age is. User age. Well, we don't know what it is because we haven't asked them yet. So we can't exactly put a number in here, so we'll just declare the variable like that. Then here what we can do is do cin and do right angle brackets, and we can do user age. Now what this does is it's going to wait for user input and it's going to store it into user age. You can almost think about it like this. When we do cout, if we spell it correctly, what we want to output goes towards cout. So you can think of the stream as user age getting pushed to cout, and cout sends it to the computer. And then cin is like we're seeing into the command prompt window, and we're grabbing it and we're pointing it to the variable user age. Okay, so we declared a variable user age. We did cin user age, so that means whatever the user types will get stored in user age, and then we'll output whatever is stored in user age, which the user just typed in. So let's go ahead and run this. We could do, it's an integer, so let's do 35, and it outputs 35. And that's because whatever the user typed got stored into this variable, and we outputted the variable. So that's how cin works. Now, what if we had a string variable? A string is used to hold words, right? Let's see what's going on here. That should run. No operator matches these operands. I think it's because we didn't do this. Yep. Now we need to include string because we're working with strings. So now that we're doing a string, we can do like hello, and it'll output hello because user age is of string type. So now what if we did hello world? Wait, what? It only did hello? And that's because when you're using cin by itself, it only works up until a delimiter, which is either a space or a enter, or like a new line, which is also technically a space. So with that being said, it only took hello because there was a space between hello and world. So to do that, we'd have to use something other than cin. Like, so if you want to use strings, but you want to grab a whole line of information to put into a string variable, what you have to use is this syntax. You want to use get line, and then cin, comma, whatever variable, which is user age. Like that. And then now when we do hello world, it outputs hello world. The whole hello world got stored into user age. So that's how we're going to use if we want to grab an entire line of data from the user, not beyond just up until the space bar. Okay, but let's say we did instead of string, let's do string user age. Let's do Let's actually make a couple one. String second age and string third age. Okay. Now, what if we did this? We can grab several bits of information at once by using this syntax. Cn, we're grabbing from the user, we're pointing it to a variable, user age. But why stop there? We can also go second age and third age. See how I'm like concatenating these angle brackets? We're using the same Cn operation. It's just this is kind of in visual terms just pushing it over. Once you finish with this, then I want you to push over in memory land. I want you to look at this scope of memory land. I want you to look at these 4 bytes of information, or these 4 bytes of memory. And then once you fill in this part, then I want you to go with that and fill in with that. So then we can go cout. We can do the same thing with cout as well. I want you to cout user age, and then I want you to cout an end line. And then I want you to cout second age. And then I want you to cout third age. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. Well, actually, let's put one more end line in here. Let's see what happens here. Billy, Bob, Jr. So what happened? User age held Billy, second age held Bob, and third age held Jr. Billy, Bob, Jr. Billy, end line, Bob, end line, Jr. It all got stored. Now, if we used the getLine function, Billy, Bob, Jr. would have all been stored in user age, and nothing would have gone into second age because it'll take the entire line. That makes sense? So what we've learned here is we can concatenate or string together on one line end lines and variables to be couted, or with Cn. You can use both. You don't have to always do, Cn user age, Cn second age. You don't need to do this constantly, though it would be a great thing to do, because then you could do like please enter an age for user age variable. You can specify it what you actually want in each one, whereas it's kind of ambiguous and no one really knows that you're looking for 3 different variables unless you specify it. Maybe beforehand, instead of doing this, you do please enter 3 values separated by spaces, and the first value is for user age, the second age, and the third age variables. We could do that, and then the user knows, hey, I'm going to put in 3 different things separated by space, and each one's going to be according to these variables. Also, we can, because this is almost like concatenating things to be outputted, we can also add strings to this, just hello world. We can concatenate then another variable. And if we made another integer, it'll output all that. So let's go ahead and run this. I didn't make this really look that nice, but if you want like that, it'd be like hello Bob Jr. Hello Bob Jr. Then we did the hello world, and then we outputted 5. We didn't add any spaces here to make it look any nicer, but you can concatenate everything to make it be together, to make it a little cleaner, or it could just fit your code better, if that makes sense. Instead of making 6 couts, 6 cns, we can just do the 1 line of cns all together, or 1 line of couts all together. So hopefully that helps clear some things up about Cn and cout. Leave any comments below if you have any questions, and I'll try to get to them. Have a good one, guys.